Some schools in the 21st century are beginning to improve by allowing laptops, tablets, and smartphones into their schools. What this is doing is providing greater learning tools for the students who attend them. If every school in Connecticut had made this change, then we'd be done here. We wouldn't need to improve anymore. But that is not the case. There are some schools in Connecticut who are lagging behind. Without these technological advancements, this is why the state must change. There must be more funding for technology for some of these schools that are lagging behind the times. We need to put money where our kids will need it. In the real world, kids will be using this technology in their jobs and in their universities. If they're not learning these skills in high school, middle school, or even elementary school, then they're going to be lagging behind when they go to a university with kids who have been learning this since grade 1.
The way that technology works really is that it allows students to have access to a wider range of knowledge on many different topics. So it's instead of looking through textbooks, which are very, very specific, and although they may be long, sometimes it's very hard to find information. I think having the internet helps students find what they want quicker, faster, and the information is much more helpful. I find that technology helps students learn in a lot of different ways, in that it kind of it makes it easier for students to communicate who would otherwise be afraid to speak out in class, or it's a better way to communicate because your ideas are there and they're permanent instead of spoken out loud. So I think it helps students better to read over something again so they can understand it. The sheer amount of knowledge that kids can find online I think helps many different people from all ages, and I think that in every kind of way, this really can help the learning experience instead of bringing it down in any kind of way. One of the most engaging classes that I'm in here is PLTW, which is Project Lead the Way, and it's an engineering course. And I think it's probably one of the most engaging courses I'm in because it works with all different kinds of technology. I think the way that it's both online and in person really helps the learning experience. I mean, because we use things that are used in the real world, such as manufacturing techniques, computers, anything like that, 3D printers even. And I think that's stuff that as we grow up is going to be more prevalent in the world. And for us to learn how to work with that stuff at such a young age is really a benefit to all kinds of students. I think technology, with it being as prevalent as it is in society today, it's this kind of stuff, and having technology in schools really helps prepare students for the real world. And I think that's kind of what we are looking for in schools. It's really supposed to be preparing students for the real world. So I think having technology and something that's all around us all the time in schools helps us grow up with it and become more comfortable with it, so we can use those skills later on in life and not be left behind.
Technology doesn't need to be used in every class, but it needs to be there for the teacher to make that decision. This is why Connecticut must implement technology in all of its schools, so that we can join the 21st century and teach our kids right.